Are both mics working? Merp, merp.
Yep. All right. We are waiting for some folks to connect before we really start things. It is currently 6:50, and we are set to have the first car on the Maryhill Loop's final running at 5:54.
About 5 minutes from now.
Yep. So we'll just let it build up a little bit here, folks.
Hey, Mike, you might want to wipe your face.
Yeah,
a
my
little.
face is very much covered in
Your
yuck.
chapstick has captured a lot of
Dust and dirt.
just around
Oh
your
yeah,
lips,
it
though.
is pretty nasty.
You guys are lucky you don't have to see Mike's face right now. It might lower the
This is why I
viewership.
like being more like interviewing people and the camera's pointed away towards the subject and not me.
Will impact
Ryan,
viewership
you are always the
dramatically.
first to connect, dude. Thank you for being such an
Super
always,
fan.
yeah, super fan. There we go. So this is the famed Maryhill Loops Road. We're just down from the top. We wanted to get a little bit closer view. This is similar to a spot that we did last year. We're a little bit higher up on the ridge, but just barely. But we wanted to catch a little bit more of this other road, part of the road in the background. And we have a speed gun with us. So there we go. So as a proper introduction, now that you guys are starting to come online with me, I am your host, Mike Shaw, for the 2025 Oregon Trail Rally, and my co-host
Austen Knight.
with
Anti-gravity
anti-gravity
batteries.
batteries. Yes, is here helping me with commentary. We are at the final stage of the day, the Maryhill Loops Road 2.
Yeah, Loop
It's-
2 on Maryhill
You know, it is only,
at golden hour.
yeah, exactly. This stage is only 2 miles, maybe. It's pretty short.
But it's a hill climb.
but
It's fun.
Yeah, it is a hill climb. And
It's
actually, it
fun.
runs as a hill climb in the autumn. We have a little hill climb that's done here. A lot of classic cars and whatnot run up
true.
it. And yeah, just one of the greatest pieces of tarmac you will find anywhere.
And then we've also been here and seen people longboarding down it in competition. So it's a multi-use
Yes.
ribbon of tarmac.
And this is a private road. It is actually run by the Maryhill Museum, just up the way. And so it is closed off to folks, except for those that rent it, which helps kind of preserve it. And yeah, they try and keep it maintained. It was repaved, gosh, I'm trying to think like 5 years ago, something like that.
It's pretty fresh though.
But because, of course, the weather here, you still get cracks and things like that in it. But it's a great piece of road. It's been used in I've watched TV commercials with cars and stuff like that, and suddenly it's like, wait a minute, I recognize that piece of
Yeah.
road. So you'll have all kinds of folks using this for things like that too. But hey, Subaru Motorsports USA, welcome to our live stream. Thank you for following. Yes, it is great that it's I mean, even just like at 30 miles an hour, it is a heck of a lot of fun being on this road. So just a reminder, first on the road is going to be Connor Martell, car number 21, followed by Travis Estrada, number 199, and then Brandon Semenuk is third on the road.
3 Subarus in a row, 3 different Subarus in a row.
Different Subarus, yeah,
3
different
very
eras.
different Subarus in a row. An older
Yeah.
model ARA car built by VSC, a new model VSC ARA 25, and then their limited car they're doing with Travis this year.
Yeah, which is great to see that they've started a platform. They're still refining it, but it's definitely is one that would have more affordable, to race at the higher level, trying to reach that kind of Rally 2 level of performance, or maybe just a little bit less, but at a cost that isn't for bringing those cars over.
So when we were talking to Travis last night, you know what popped to my mind, and it was not the setting to bring it up to him. You know what he's trying to bring back? He's trying to bring back the Dave Mirra, the Travis Pastrana, the Colin McRae era of Subaru, and that when
the
they
Group
were in
N.
X Games.
That was the Group N era. Yeah.
That kind of sounds like what he's envisioning with this master plan of theirs, and it's kind of exciting to see because those cars were really cool when they had 3 or 4 cars that were the same car that were interchangeable and driven by different pros all the time, right?
Exactly, and they're not going to have that with the rally, the top level cars.
You need someone
they're just
who's
way too expensive for other manufacturers to make something even similar. So if Subaru can make something that is more tangible, either they make a fleet of them, which is what he was kind of saying. Is he like, what if they made like a fleet of like 20 of the things, and different competitors could use those, or maybe we have multiple manufacturers that's kind of a base platform concept.
Yeah.
That they're like, oh, we can enter into this too.
Get back to more of like a homologation style car.
Right, but not like the
weapon.
FIA ones, which are way too. Oh, there's Connor. I will shut up now and let you guys hear cars.
That looks smooth.
That was smooth. Nice drift through this little hairpin here. What do we have for a speed? Top speed? 50 miles an hour coming through that climb part right there. Excellent.
Connor
got a
saw
little
the
radar gun here to
pile
see
of-
the speeds.
Connor saw the pile of photographers and knew what to do at that turn.
Right.
Someone must get this drifto on this.
Met Mira at New England Forest Rally. I followed his BMX career. Yeah, he was such a great person. He loved the sport so much.
R.I.P. bud.
So it's 2 minutes to the next car, so it's going to be a little bit of a break. I got to meet Dave Mira at Oregon Trail when I was just a spectator, 2010, I think it was. It was an unfortunate meeting because it was just at Fir Mountain Stage near Hood River, and he had crashed the car, and they were towing it back to the spectator spot to kind of get it out of the way for the next running of the stage. And yeah, he wasn't a happy camper, but he also interacted with the fans anyways, and it was just great that, he really loved the fans and getting them more interested in the sport. Again, Mira, Block, Pastrana, all of them were just so great at helping spread the word of rallying,
Speaking of Pastrana,
Yep.
coming up next.
Ooh, little lively there. Oh, there, he disappeared over there. A little hard to track them from this spot. Ooh, little jerky, sorry.
Even though he's in a lower power car, no issue sliding that thing around.
They are not using tarmac tires. They're
No.
still using the gravel tires.
Can confirm.
We did not have the time in our schedule to do a proper change for everybody to do a change from tarmac and gravel. Because you basically have to have a separate service for that. Or a tire fitting zone, that kind of thing. And just wasn't something that we could do. Try and improve my panning for Seminuk when he comes by. But yeah, dang, it was fast. And a little silly sideways. You can definitely tell that there's less aero on that car. Just the way that it was kind of taking the corners, right?
Yeah, he's coming through sliding, driving more with the right foot than just turning, right? Powering through it. Powering over it.
So Seminuk should be next on the road. Yep, there he is.
Oh, that seemed wide.
Should be somewhere over here. There he is. I'll zoom back out again for this spot. I don't know if it's just me, but that visibly looked more planted to the ground.
It did, yes. He's
54 miles an hour? Yeah.
half his sideways through the turn here at the end when he started getting back on the power.
They finish above our head, and you can't really see much from there. I mean, I would pan the camera back up there, but there's not much to see. There we go. Back to 1 minute between cars anyway. Is that Pat Grushka?
Didn't get to look down quick enough. Sure looks like it.
So that means Ryan Booth. What happened to him? That's interesting. That is definitely Grushka. In the Hyundai i20. I'll have to find out what happened to Ryan Booth. We did see him on the last stage of Dalles Mountain.
Fords.
Yep, this is Element.
Yep.
Yep, Javi and KJ. Get them back over on that section. Ooh, sounds like Booth went off. Oh, that sucks, man. Thanks for the update, Ryan. I would say that was interesting watching that is just how smooth that when he was going into the corner, I noticed it just seemed like just one adjustment on throttle and brake.
Yeah,
and not multiple dabbing of the brakes and throttle, kind of just constantly through the corner.
He's got
it's just like one and then go. And that means he's got it configured how he likes it, right? He's very comfortable and he knows what the car is going to do.
Comes Andy Miller.
Leader of the regional class, of the regional overall, actually.
Stephen Red.
That's right. Looks like he's getting more comfortable with that Rally 2 as well.
Getting ready to come up the hill.
Go back over to this section. Yeah, see, you can hear those different dabs of the throttle and brake. What's fascinating to see just in the seat order that, you know, our top regional guy in an NA4 car, it runs before two different Rally 2s.
It's fast.
He's that fast.
He's got that car dialed in.
Oh, Cam Steely. The Focus RS. I think I saw the bumper for that car at the end of Dalles Mountain.
I did.
Must have felt something must have happened on the first running because it was off when we were at Andy's Run first running. So, which they do Dalles Mountain first. So I'm guessing that's whatever took the bumper off. That's where it happened.
I feel like we're missing a bucket there, Mike.
Oh, one of the, the anti-cutting devices. Oh, yet another car already. I didn't even catch who that, is that Despain?
It is Despain.
Yep, I thought I could hear it. It sounded very Despain-y. Is that a thing? I don't know. Oh, nice drift there. Nice, smoother throttle application. That was brilliant. Loved it. Hope you folks have been enjoying these live streams. Happy to bring them to you thanks to having satellite technology. Ooh, got a little twitchy there in that little section down below us.
Alistair.
That makes sense. Alistair is still getting used to that platform. He went from 2-wheel drive to the 4-wheel drive, and he's said it's like been drinking through a fire hose of different settings options and things like that. It's just so different.
Yeah. These cars, you can really tweak every single setting to exactly what the driver's looking for. You just got to spend some time in it to find those settings, right?
Thank you for Rallying America for watching us. Thanks, Ashley. Thank you for being one of our wonderful volunteer organizer folks to do all the registration stuff. We have so many helping hands with our rally. It takes a village, as they say. Oh, here comes Hooper. Dave Clark, this is our favorite stage too, when it's you with tires you don't care about anymore.
Oh, Dave's got the budget for a few extra tires. He'd do it on new ones too.
I hope so. Let me tell you, he's come up many a time, full drift. Love it.
Another Ford coming up the hill.
Yeah, this is the Rally 3 Ford. We're missing one of the Rally 3 Fords, unfortunately.
Unfortunate. But everyone is okay from that incident.
Yes, exactly. That's the number one most important.
We would like everyone to know. Very briefly got the chance to chat with them at the end of the stage. They're both okay. And the car
So
will be
some
back
clarification, there was a roll at the end of Dalles Mountain. So they passed our spot, looking just fine, and at literally the final corner before the flying finish, clipped it just a little too much, kind of cutting it right over by spectator. So you'll find lots of pictures. Woo! That Clio is sliding. Are we gonna be like, that's the Renault? Look at what they're doing. I don't think they cared about their tires either. It is the last stage of the day. Why would you care, right?
Right? Yeah, it's last stage.
See here, any other chaos for the day? Well, I guess Ryan Booth, we hear, is out. I guess he had an off. The other one we know about is Richo Healy had an off, but ended up being able to restart. So I don't know if his off was just where the tires were, or the, you know, basically high centered and he couldn't get going, being two-wheel drive. Ooh. That was interesting in the background. Is a clutch going or something on that? We're hearing loud noises from the Clio behind us.
I think they spun out.
Oh, they spun out at the top. That has happened before.
I think that's what we were listening to.
Yep, that sounds accurate. And of course, changing gear on those things is not always the easiest. Seamus Burke. So I guess my statement was right. The Clio, hopefully those guys will share it on board with that, or we've got plenty of media up at the top. Hopefully they caught it. Oh, here's Josh Gearman. So yeah, so Richo and Michelle Miller, they got basically pulled back out and they did restart. So they're the rally restart rules. So they are kind of back in it. The Volvo is back. That's the cool thing. So the roll from last night at PIR. Wish that media guy would not like stand right in my shot. So rude.
Ryan. How dare you?
Oh, it is Ryan. Okay.
It
I
is
guess
a
we'll
Ryan.
make an exception for a
It's
Ryan.
a wild Ryan. They don't know what they're doing.
Here we have the wild Ryan seen in his natural environment.
You treat them with respect and they treat you with respect. Don't feed them though.
Don't feed after midnight.
Diet of only homemade pizza.
This is actually Washington. We're on the Washington side. But it is Oregon Trail Rally. So the event is the Oregon Trail Rally. And actually, the real Oregon Trail, actually, because it was all part of the Oregon purchase, Oregon Territory back then, when they went and surveyed and whatnot. So part of the Oregon Trail actually went into Washington. Oops, need to widen that angle. So we felt we didn't have to change the name when we started using some Washington stages, because Oregon Trail did go into parts of Washington. So there you go.
But for what
Riley. Hi guys, don't blow away. Yes, it is quite windy, but we're actually on this leeward side of a hill.
Yeah.
That it's not bad for us. So we're actually doing pretty good. Yep, the Folsoms did get back out. As I say, the Volvo is back out. We have multiple live streams of them actively running the car. So that is exciting to see that old thing still running. They found a windshield, and I think actually even a back window too.
Nice.
I think that's what it looked like. Or
It was Lexan. Plexiglass.
oh, it's plexiglass.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
That's all right.
It counts.
It counts.
There's a barrier.
Here comes Chris Sear, barely serious car.
Sure seems like he's more than barely serious.
Yeah. Yeah, him and Glenn Ray, they've been a great team together. They're well on their way to the championship in the limited two-wheel drive class national. Here's one of the fun old Escorts. Naturally aspirated vroom vroom sounds. Thanks, Frank Gilliwiles, for sharing where the location is. Yep, the famous Maryhill Loops Road. The first ever tarmac laid in the Pacific Northwest. It was kind of experimental way back in the, well, I guess Model T days or whatever. And the showing off of how a road can be not just, you know, more comfortable to ride on versus old dirt.
Yep.
Showing that it actually can be pleasurable. And you can make roads into the surrounding settings to make it where people want to travel to places for fun. Imagine that, road trips. It was a new thing.
Oh,
It used to be just to try and get to A to B was the only thing that you wanted to do when you're traveling. You know, you had to for work or for whatever. Now it's, let's do it for fun.
I'm gonna be honest, Mike, there's so many drones flying around here, I think the Air Force might be in town.
This is a little drone-heavy environment, I will say.
That one that just flew by, it looked like it had a whole, like, Amazon package under it. I'm not kidding you, it was up behind us, it was giant.
Do you have a delivery that you did express?
Yeah, super express. Katie really needed those hand wipes.
Yes, exactly right. Hand warmers, man. It's getting chilly.
How are the speeds looking over there? Pretty good average, or?
Yeah, Julian Sabeau just went by.
The one right before that
Yeah.
was the fastest car so far.
Oh, really?
How fast was it?
57.
57?
Nice.
Wow, that's right up there, yeah, with the...
And then 56 was Grushka.
Grushka was 56. Okay, well, there we go.
We have Michael Hahn coming up. Gotta power the live stream somehow.
Making it through the last stage of the day on the Washington side after 2 years ago having a big wreck on what is now the Andy's Run stage 2 years ago. So it's so awesome to see Michael Hahn get his redemption here on the Washington stages of the Oregon Trail Rally.
Chadney?
That is Chadney. So here, last I checked, he was second in regional overall and second in the NA four-wheel drive class. Rebuilt the car over the last year. He was last competed 2 years ago.
Yep.
And he's happy to be back, and as you can tell, he's doing quite well, and as we said, he's second.
He took a lot of notes from how he failed out before and the issues he had with the car and took his time making sure he got those all corrected. And it seems to be working out so far. So hopefully the rest of the weekend carries on as this is gone, and we'll see him tomorrow at Parc Exposé. Or Ferme. Excuse me. We use all these fancy words and they get confusing after a while.
All French.
Well, when you're sitting on the side of a mountain for 12 hours in one day.
Is that Phil Clark?
I didn't
it was
quite
Phil.
catch that one.
Oh, it's Crouch. Thank you.
That's the one I'm talking about, Mike.
The big one?
Which one? There's so many drones.
That one is not an FPV. I can't tell what. Oh,
I like
it's a
the
big
panorama.
camera on the bottom of it.
Yeah, just a big camera.
They have like the guys that are
You guys do not remember the early drones, though.
swapping them instead of swapping batteries, they just swap into different drones.
I remember some of the early drones. It just everyone switched to the FPV with a GoPro on it.
Right. Well, I mean, the thing is, or they're just integrated, DJIs and stuff like
Yeah.
that. The
Yeah.
early ones, I remember the guys that were experimenting with those, and they literally were attaching their DSLRs
Yep.
to a
Like
big drone.
quadcopters
Yeah,
or
big quadcopter.
octocopters.
Yeah, exactly. They weren't the drones that we call them today, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah, those are still used, but those are $100,000 drones.
Yeah. They figured out how to make them and then sold them to other people.
Right? Got a bit of a gap here, so we must have a missing car or two. Oh, this might have been where Maddie Tabor-ish was?
Yeah-ish.
Ish. I'm forgetting the name of these
So when you're
guys
trying
in
to
this
power a
Subaru,
live
but they're
stream in the middle of
very
nowhere,
quick.
You need some reliable power. So you can
This
do
one,
this.
Beliveau is the co-driver, and I'm trying to remember who the driver is. Watson, there we
You're trying
go.
to power
Thank
a live
you.
stream in the middle of nowhere. Just so you can watch some race cars.
I could just give you guys like a little wider angle. You can see all the windmills that we have around here. So it's a very windy place. You can see them in the distance as well. Look at way over there. Look at them all across over here. So yes, it is a very windy place. I gotta find the road again. There we go.
Very windy.
Yep. And back over there. There we are. Not quite as brown as we've seen it in other years, but not quite as green as we've seen in other years. So it's kind of that in
somewhere
between.
In the middle.
I do like how when the wind though blows on some of the, the tall grasses, it kind of makes the waves through it, almost like water.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
I guess it's been kind of, until today, it seems like it's been kind of dry for a while. That car's scooting. That's that FRS BRC deal going on down there.
Oh, that would be 501c rally team, Chris Miller. Believe it or not, that's in the limited two-wheel drive class, and he is not slow in that thing. Also, it's in front-wheel drive, so we can respect that.
Yeah. No issues with that whatsoever.
If you come to think of it, when we were on Dalles Mountain, did we see Efit Raftery go by? I'm not sure if we did.
I don't think so.
So that might be another one that might be out. I'm not sure. Because I'm just thinking we should have seen her by now as well, and I don't remember seeing
She
her.
didn't come through. She must have some sort of issue.
Here comes Richo. I love the going pink thing. It's so cool. But it's like that neon pink that reminds me of like the surfer dudes from back in the 80s. There's like, people getting the Hobie shirts and stuff like that. It was just such a popular like themed thing back then. It was all about the bright neon, pinks, greens.
What's that, bud? I am on a live stream and we are talking. Just a heads up.
I'm walking,
Okay.
but I'm going right now.
Oh, there's one. Oh, almost missed a car. I was being distracted because I'm hearing what I think is an actual helicopter that's flying by.
J-brake on a
Oh, is it
semi-truck.
giant Jake brake? Yeah.
I think this is Neil's.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
I do
One of the
believe.
Stephen Red Racing managed vehicles. All those horsepower noises.
Hearst Purrs,
Hearst purrs, yes.
as James Pumphrey would say. Shout
Yeah, you're
out James
definitely right.
Pumphrey.
That's what it is.
Hearst Purrs. Let us know if you get that reference.
Didn't quite see who this was. Let's see if I can tell from the other side.
I don't recognize that car.
I think Chabot. See if I'm right.
Yep.
Hope you all liking this view. Hearst purrs, Ryan.
Appreciate it. Someone's got to get it. It's the silver and blue bug-eye. Subaru.
Oh, that car 503.
Yes.
Yeah. Benton Tokstad. Uh-oh, we keep hearing the yawns. Uh-oh.
Apologies.
Is that you over there? Oh, man. Making us look bad.
It was 2 hours to drive here this morning before we even started.
Dude, I did the driving last night, and I got about, oh, is that Doug Heridas? The Rochambeau? M3 Music? Yep. Smoke them tires, Doug. Come on.
Sounds like that was a spicy turn, judging by the woes.
Yeah, I heard a couple of woes, yeah. But yes, we both could use some naps. I think I went to bed about 1:30 last night, woke up about 4:35, so yeah.
I just did
something similar the night before. Should be Henry Tabor. Ah, Kath, that would be awesome to see photos from back in the olden days of them doing this hill climb. How fast for Doug? 51 miles an hour. Awesome.
Good job, Doug.
Yeah, I wish we had like a spot where we were catching them on the straight or something like that, but still just shows how much they're pushing their cars too, though. Even it's just through this short chute before they get to this hairpin.
Because honestly, yeah, 30, 35 felt a little fast going through there.
Is this the Copelands? Oh, hi, Joy. Did you like watching your husband go by? Thanks for tuning in. Let's hear this. Alspa in the Audi. Woo!
Lots of induction noise on that car.
Mm-hmm. Elevation doesn't help with the... Fair point. Yeah, it is actually a little... There's definitely some altitude over here, for sure. I mean, as soon as you go on the other side of the mountains, most everything is elevated at least 1,000 feet. And in some areas, 2,000. And then you go up from there into the hills, you know? So, here comes Mark Tabor. Henry and Maddie's dad.
And a
Catherine
matching
Hansen
Ford
on the
Fiesta.
notes. I wonder if there was a father-son bet for this stage.
That seems
That'd
like
been
a
fun.
safe stage to do a bet
Y-
on.
right?
How fast was Mark versus Henry?
47 for Mark, 49 for
Ooh, Henry a little faster. So if you didn't hear that, it was 47 for Mark and then 49 miles per hour for Henry. Thank you, Katie, for recording this for us. What we'll do is if I actually put that like spreadsheet that out and I actually post it, what everybody's speed was on the socials, then all the competitors will be like, being like, oh man, you should have been there for the first run, I was faster, or whatever, you know?
Right.
Or if we knew you were timing us, I would have pushed it a little more, you know?
Never know.
It's so funny.
Guess you always got to push it.
Oops,
Subaru
lost
up
that
the hill.
car. Who's that one? Oh, hi, Paul Schnell. Miss you, man. Hope you're having a good time over there on the eastern side of the country. That would be the Livingstons, yeah. Is it Brett and Hunter? That's right.
Still moving.
Looks like they're having a lot of fun, and that was their goal, is to have fun and get to the end. So far, mission accomplished. Need more rally out there. Well then, need to start talking to people. Let's make that happen, right? I know they got obviously the stuff in Tennessee, a little bit farther away from you, but you know, it's, oops, sorry. There we go, lost him. Is that Sean Edwards in the Volvo?
Sure looks like it.
The biggest smiles in Pacific Northwest rallying. Always love chatting with them at the end. Even if the car is not doing the right thing, you know, it's got some sort of issue, they're still always happy and having a good time.
It seems like it might be having an issue today. That's a somewhat bizarre noise for a car.
I would say there's noises, much noises
Sounds
from
like
that.
it's sucking a ton of air, but not going fast because of it. That was
Yeah,
weird.
something's up with that, I would say. Something is definitely up with that.
Maybe a blown intercooler line is what that sounds like.
What's the speed of the Volvo? I don't know, what was the speed of the Volvo?
that last one.
Yeah. 37, yeah.
Seems as though they have something mechanical leading to that 37 though, so it's not a number against them per se.
We saw this car going really slow at Andy's Run, but then was back up to pace on the Dalles Mountain second running. So
I think it was
I think
just
they
a
had an issue,
caution.
or you think so?
Where we were, that was a
They're going
gnarly
pretty
corner.
darn slow, though. It was an gnarly corner, but if you want to go back and watch our other live streams, we were this morning on Andy's Run for the first stage of the day. It was the second stage of the day, but the first stage that we did live. And then we did Dalles Mountain before coming here. So 3 live stages today. So that's a limited 2-wheel drive Lexus.
Burp, de derp, burp, derp, de derp.
Yep, happy I put on that extra layer because I'm starting to feel the chill now.
It is a little chilly right here.
Mm-hmm. That shade from as the sun goes down. Brrr, no more sun heat.
Got another Subaru coming up the hill, this time a red wagon. I don't know if we saw this one earlier either, so I'm a little confused.
Oh, is this Bofio?
I think so.
I think it is. Yeah.
Did we see them come through Dalles Mountain?
I believe we did. I think I maybe called it out as the wrong car because I was too busy looking at my phone for things and I can't quite see car number looking at the phone. See, what I need is a producer that can tell me stuff in my ear. What's the live schedule for tomorrow? Well, I know for certain, because things can happen. Our for certain is that we are going to be at Boyd Loop for the jump for the first running of it.
Yep.
Because one of my things I have to do is I need to put the jump distance markers in there, and they're not put up yet. So I have to be there really early in the morning to set those up. And then we'll live stream from there. And then after that, we were thinking of maybe going to the water splash. We're not 100% sure yet. We'll look at how the schedule works best for us. But then we also have to make sure we get back for the podium because we need to call the regional podium. So we're not sure if we're going to get more than 2 stages tomorrow, but we shall try. We shall try our best. Well, let's see here. It's 2 loops, actually. That's the challenge, actually. There's no way we could do more than 2 because it is 2 loops of 4 stages.
Yeah.
So, and then there's the power stage at the end. So we're not going to get the power stage.
That we had was Boyd 1, Starbout 1 at Spectator, Shadowbuck, and then Nagels potentially.
You couldn't get to Nagels from Shadowbuck.
To make regional, we can't do Nagels.
No,
anyways.
you can't do Nagels at all. So
we could.
So we're going back and forth whether we want to do Nagels or we want to do the Shadowbuck. We
there
have the choice of 1 or 2.
3 hours between those 2 stages. We could do it.
But they're only run once each. Right, or twice. But if we're at Boyd, we can't make it.
Boyd 1.
Yeah.
Starbout 1 at the gate. To Shadowbuck 2. To Nagels 3.
But they go straight from Shadowbuck to Nagels. You're not
No.
going to. Oh, 3. No, that's the power stage. You won't have all the regionals there. We have to be the regional podium then.
So, like I said, we won't.
See, this is how we
get
debate
that
things. Yes, Travis Pastrana is here. We do have Travis in that special ARA 25L, the limited 4-wheel drive car that Subaru has made. And yes, he is competing. He went by earlier, so if you start at the beginning of the live stream, you will see his car go by. No, Travis is having a good time. I think he's a little more relaxed now that he doesn't have to worry about trying to compete for the overall championship. And he loves this project of trying to make a slightly more affordable, high-performance car available to competitors. He's got relationship with, drivers from all over the country and the world. And, they want to be competitive here. And the top Subaru car is just way up the scale as far as, performance.
And it's trained to drive that car. It's
yeah, exactly. Well, and they're not just available to anybody.
Yeah.
Right?
And
so the idea would be make maybe something that is rentable or maybe have a fleet of them that could be rented or maybe another manufacturer can make something similar. So you'd have something that's got a similar competitive level or maybe make something that's right there with the Rally 2s. So something that again, you can you can be more affordable and competitive without the cost. And so that is what the limited 4 car that they're working on is. So he's here with Ree. They're very fast in that car. They're leading the
Super
limited
fast.
4-wheel drive class. So
Super fast.
So tomorrow's live stream, yes, would be tomorrow 9:30 a.m. ish, right?
Yep. Ish. Probably a little bit before, because we'll fill in and where everyone finished out today.
Yep.
At the beginning of the live stream there.
What we won't have time to do is a park expose and do a bunch of interviews. I love doing that, but because I do have to be out the stage so early to do some extra work, I do not have time for park expose. So we'll have to miss that little bit. Make sure you follow Dirtfish and Subaru. They always run around and chat with people and get you all those quotes and things. So
The Bananaroo is coming
the
now.
Bananaroo. I just love some of the different concepts that we get out here in America. A little RX-7 with a Subaru motor. Oh, thanks for following us, Vic. I really love this sport. I'm one of the organizers for this event too, so I may be slightly biased that I think that Oregon Trail is the best one on the calendar. But, you know, I'm allowed that bias.
I think that's fair. Reasonable. A reasonable bias.
Miss having you out here, Paul. Paul Schnell in the chat there. He's one of the folks who has always supported the rally, volunteered. I think you were on the organizing committee once, weren't you, Paul? You've done a lot for us, and of course connected us with our longtime sponsor. Don't have it right now. Hopefully they'll come back, but with Wilsonville Subaru, he connected us with them, and they were with us a long time, and they were a huge supporter. And yeah, it's awesome to have you still following, and we miss you, Paul. Oops. Woohoo! That's fun. It was a little slow on the zoom out, but I think we caught that drift.
That was a good drift.
Yeah, it was
that
great.
Might have been the best one at this corner, I think, for this running.
I think it was.
For voting.
What's funny is just like how quiet it did it, though.
Yeah, just slid.
Thanks, Paul, for saying how good we're doing. Yes, the views up here. I mean, come on, it's Oregon and Washington in the Columbia Gorge. We do have the best views.
Accurate.
Okay, Dave Clark, if you're still watching, here's your old car.
Whew.
The Mercure XR4 Ti, aka Ford Sierra.
Not that car.
Oh, it's not that one. Never mind.
Condor Rally.
Ah, damn it. I thought I see. I'm trying to look from too far away. My bad. Yep, another Subaru. What happened to the XR4 Ti? Where'd it go?
I think it's a little further back.
Is it further back? He was actually hot-footing that thing pretty well. Figured it'd be a little bit farther up the start order. Yeah, my bad. Sorry, Dave. Probably take my sunglasses off now. That's probably not helping. The sun is down. Old man that can't see well. Hey, there it is. I was just, making sure you're paying attention there, Dave. It's like, just call out your names, like, make sure he watches the screen. It's coming soon. There it is. There it is. I think one of my favorite memories, and one of the reasons why I love this sport, was when Dave Clark was driving that car, and I believe something was going, you'd hit like a big, hit a stump or something, and there was something that was messed up with the rear end. And we had you had multiple teams helping out in trying to fix the rear end of that car. And I remember a welder from one team being used. I don't know if it was the nameless guys that were helping you out, and then other folks, you know, putting their hands in there, and it was just this whole group of people that just kind of amassed on that car trying to get it back out there.
That's
and it was just like,
nature,
it's the nature of our sport. Now, yeah, I'd never seen anything like that before. It was just so cool. Because like, it wasn't just like one team kind of helping him out. It was a surge of all teams. It was great. I think that was at Olympus one year. Or was that the year that it was the Nameless Rally? Might have been that one. Broken shock mount. Yep, epic, yeah.
Rough. It's a hard one to fix at a race.
Yep.
Seems to be fixed nowadays.
But just,
good job.
Again, it was just epic, everybody helping out and working together. I mean, just so many bodies underneath the car.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, a welder out there and all kinds of stuff. It was amazing.
One of my first hands-on experiences with rally was something similar. Our friend Mark, who we've seen racing here today, I was a crew member of their team, and Mark sent it a little hard on the press stage at PIR and maybe hit a rock. And we had to replace most of his rear end too, and 2 doors. And it was a whole like group effort. Like doors came in from Washington while we were at PIR. Like
That is so cool.
I was borrowing, taking with permission parts from other people's spares kits, and we got them out on the stage. And
Katie, can I ask how fast was car 902? Arto Yakangas?
I don't think he ended up finishing that race. But
46
he did
miles an
get
hour.
back out
We
there
caught him
for
in
Saturday.
the short shoot here. There we go. Hope you got that, Carrie-Ann. You know, this road is so fun. I would bet that most competitors would be not upset if there was like a 5 repeat loops of this one road.
Right. There's a little less risk involved with it. They're able to send it a little harder. Plus, it's just fun to race uphill. It is a good time. Another Subaru coming up the hill.
Oop, there we go.
One of Stephen Red's cars, maybe? Can't quite tell from this far away.
Team Panic Rally. Love it.
All the blow-off noises on that car. Choo choo.
Chirpity chirp chirp.
As if I asked them to do it on command.
Right? Oh.
What's that newer Jetta again?
Was that a Golf?
Golf?
I think that one's
Golf.
a Golf.
Yes, you're right. I believe they're called Golfs in that era. Also not a Volkswagen person. Could just be entirely wrong. The cold is
Fading
setting
light
in.
just makes it so pretty through here. Mark 6 Golf. Thank you very much, Josh. It's on my list. I'm busy looking at cars versus my list of stuff.
This looks like Gabe from Tabor Racing.
Yes.
With Mitch Meadows again. Keeping it together, boys. Keeping it
Yeah,
together.
it's co-driver Mitch Meadows of Melee Design Firm and with Melee Media, owner of those two organizations. Melee, a big supporter of the Oregon Trail Rally, so definitely like to see him do well.
There you go. Nice smooth run up the hill.
Asking for speed on that VW Golf. That was the car before this one.
$48.
48 miles an hour. So that's a really good clip through that short shoot. Is that light pods?
It is the light pods.
I think we're getting to light pod time. That gives you an idea just how dark and chilly it's feeling. Brr. Feeling happy that I brought gloves that have the touch sensitive thing. LED bars. I'm just gonna say it. Legacy light pods, they just look better. The light bars with the LEDs.
The light pods look
Yep,
better, but
they
they
just
definitely don't work as well.
Well, they also burn a lot more energy,
Yeah,
right? The
yeah.
LEDs are a lot.
You can get some like legacy LED styled light pods.
That
but-
would be cool.
I think you're better off spending your money on some diode dynamics, perhaps, or I think the other one's like laser vision or something. That
Yeah,
the
there's a few
SRT
out
guys
there.
have. I'm a Baja Designs guy myself.
What we haven't seen is anybody clip a cone yet.
No, they've been.
They're
very
all
well behaved.
behaving. Yeah. I'm kind of shocked at this. We have all these anti-cutting devices, we call them out there. So those cones are sitting in a halfway filled bucket of concrete.
Yep.
The idea was if they hit them, it's hopefully going to hurt the car, and so therefore they're not encouraged to take them out. It's at the apex of the corner, so we don't destroy the road surface and get it covered in gravel. It also destroys the surface as far as, you know, raceability for anybody behind, the person that pulls out all the gravel.
And it tears up on the actual edge of the road. Which
Yes, it just
leads
rips
to
up the
erosion of
asphalt
it.
and gets pretty nasty.
He had a pretty good clip.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. Looked nice and smooth. Do I know what the last car was? Did you have your camera up?
I did not take
You did
photos of
not.
that one.
I didn't see. Well, near the end of the running, let's see if there's something that looks similar to an 813. You did find it? Awesome.
I was gonna say it was a newer STI, like
Oop,
15 or newer.
I'm missing a car. There it is. Oh, it's the 318 Ti.
I thought you said green GTI for a second, not 318 Ti, and I was like, I don't know if you should drive home, Mike. It's certainly not green, and it's certainly not a Volkswagen, even though I'm admittedly, as I said, not a Volkswagen person. Or rather, super knowledgeable. I think they make cool cars.
Yeah.
So many cars out there, you can only know so much about all of them. Frentress, Eric Frentress and his Toyota Celica.
Yes. Love seeing the Celica.
I love the livery he put on this
Yeah.
thing. I know we talked about it earlier, but
That's also being run by the Stephen Red Racing Group, right?
I think he's being
Or is he-
assisted. I'm
or is it
unsure
with
on
Element?
that front.
Oh, we
I
got
know
a
it's
couple of
Eric's
great.
actual car though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great that we have these local area teams that help with. Ooh. Make it slide, Eric. So Eric used to drive a little Toyota Yaris that was beat
Thing had a rough life.
It had a very rough life. Like literally, it had gone on so many gravel stages that the floor underneath, the gravel had actually sandblasted holes
Yep.
up through the floor where your feet
Accurate.
go.
Don't worry, it was sold to a new owner as never raced, never driven.
Oh, right.
The back wheel had certainly never been ripped off before.
Oh gosh, I remember that at the end of Starve Out, dragging the right rear wheel.
He didn't
the
even
whole
know
way.
his wheel was broken off. He thought he had a flat. Meanwhile, it's like perpendicular to the direction of travel of the car.
Right, exactly.
Just dragging on the back. It was
But
great.
being front wheel drive, it happened on the rear, so yeah.
That's rally though, as they say.
Yeah.
Part of the thing that makes it so cool.
There, I slipped my hand, sorry.
Most racing, when you crash, you're pretty much done. In rally, if you can keep going, game on.
Yep. And we don't have the rule with the, you have to have at least 4 rotating wheels like
No.
the WRC FIA events have.
I mean, I can respect it for the dignity of the road surface.
And some of their distances they have to transit are pretty long.
Yeah. But
Although I do remember a situation, David Higgins in New England Forest Rally, dragging a wheel for a very, very long ways, skidding along.
Cold starting to set in a little more.
Yeah, getting a little shaky with the chills. But I'm going to argue that these cars at the back should be able to perform better. Cold air is good for the intake, man.
Should
I'm
be.
just saying.
Oh.
Good for the intake and the intercooler.
Yep.
No, I guess I gotta take this off to put this on. This is ridiculousness. Sorry for the Velcro noises, folks. Putting a jacket on. A second jacket.
Woo. Got some squealy noises. Oh, this is Johan.
Johan!
Oh, look at that drift. Way to go, kid. He's having so much fun.
That's where that went.
That is riding the rev limiter. Ooh, we went a little wide there. I had some dirt from the outside of the corner.
That sounds like showing up to like a street takeover. Wah, bah, 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 bah,
Right?
bah, bah, bah. I love it. That's the appropriate time to be on the rev limiter, kids. Now, not during street takeovers. Make car culture cool again.
Here comes Steve Greer in the Colin McRae
Throwback.
throwback livery in the Legacy. Yeah, that E30 is just fun to watch.
It is.
And hear.
And you know, he's both people in there are smiling ear to ear. Well,
Oh,
maybe
hell
at
yeah.
least the driver. The co-driver, you never know.
Oh no, his dad is having a great time with him. great to see Steve Greer back out here.
Agreed.
Yeah, the car and the driver, the name fits. Legacy.
Long-time rally
Yep.
family. Should only have a few cars left now.
Yeah, we're getting down near the end here. Probably about 5 or 6. Waiting for that Volvo. We all want to see the Volvo. Oh, we got the Colt.
I was gonna say the rotary Colt.
The rotary Colt.
That's pretty darn good by itself. I'll take that.
Tomorrow we get dusted out in Cowbell. You must be going to the Starve Out stage then, because we see lots of that there.
Lots of dust.
It's a great corner though, coming down that steep hill. So here comes Eric Hopf. Sounds like he's struggling a little bit there.
It seems like he's a little low in the RPMs for a rotary.
Yeah. So I don't know if he's trying to nurse some temperature issues or something.
Maybe just between gears for the car.
Oh, we have the next car is already catching. Snuck up on me. Oh, it's the Fiesta.
Another Fiesta.
You know, Fiestas are such a great little car. I got to have one as a rental the time I got to go to the Idaho rally, and it was one of the most fun things on some of those gravel roads, just doing recce speed.
I owned
The
a Fiesta for
handling
years.
is so cool.
I like
I mean,
that.
it just, the rear end just does what you want. You know, it's a little more, how do I put it? The way that they did the rear suspension on that thing, which it being just like a torsion, you know, suspension, I was kind of like, oh, that sounds kind of weird, but it totally worked for the handling of it.
That's
I mean, you just barely turned the wheel and it reacted, you know?
one of my favorite cars I've ever owned.
Yeah.
We'll probably have another
Eric from State
someday.
Farm. Eric Zabala. Hey, if you're a rally person and you want to get car insurance, he's your man, Eric Zabala. Check him out in our spectator guide. He's one of our supporters and a competitor. We've got actually several competitors that are also supporters, which is awesome. I've been going since 2014 in Doofer. Awesome, Dakota. That's cool. So that's about as long as I've been more deeply involved. I was more of a spectator. I guess my first year volunteering was 2013.
Here's the Honda Fit finally.
Yep, little Honda Fit. And then I started getting involved doing time controls in 2014, 2015, and then I got involved with doing media stuff. And actually, no, we created a live timing team because there wasn't live timing. So we were doing that and kind of streaming that. Streaming was a new thing in 2015, I think. And then 2015, 2016. And then ended up doing a whole bunch of live stream stuff from then on. That kind of became my thing in helping out and then organizing. So yeah, been involved for a long time, just like you. Any locals from the Doofer area and whatnot that I know of? I do not. I do not know of anybody from the local area that is currently competing. There was a team that came from Bend. I'm trying to remember who that was. But nobody from Doofer Goldendale. From Goldendale, you have Kendra, was it Tim? She's the co-driver to Phil Clark. So she's from right up in this area. Oh, here comes Devastator.
Jacob Sturgeon, Kristen McClure. Oh.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel it now.
It's chilly, man.
It's chilly and my bones are a little stiff.
Here's Karen.
Karen Jankowski, Motorsports.
Did we see Karen on Dallas Mountain?
We did.
Okay.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah, we got a lot of cars.
Yeah, the order's a little different, and it's throwing off my brain for keeping track of the cars we have or haven't seen.
Like, I've gotten almost everywhere, and there's a lot in the first stage, especially.
Them fast guys got an attrition rate.
All right, how fast is Karen? 48. Nicely done, Karen. Kick butt. No, she looks like she's doing this really well. Now, I will say this. This road is one she knows really well because she's also done it in the autumn. We have a hill climb that's done here.
Yeah.
And she has competed in that as well in that car. So I think she may have a little bit of extra local knowledge, as you'd call it, right?
But we do this.
Which is awesome.
We also do this road every year.
And we do it every year. But she was our chair for 5 years, so 4 or 5 years. So
she got them sneaky Saturdays to come practice.
Right.
Another Subaru up the hill. The Copelands.
That's the Copelands. Nice and smooth. Not missing any shifts. Doesn't look like they're bogging it down. Well done.
Good.
Here comes the little Focus.
Not confusing at all with the green lights flashing on the roof.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Not that anyone would mistake the Focus for a sweet truck.
Right, exactly.
I can appreciate it though. It's not. It looked more green from further away. I can see that it's full RGB now.
Oh, you're right. It's changing colors. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
That's pretty cool.
So we're gonna call it the Disco Focus. That is now the Disco Focus. There we go.
Disco Focus. You've been coined.
Get the party music going, man.
That's Mike's version of disco, guys.
Disco Inferno. Yeah, some of the cars do not have super advanced exhaust system. I mean, they'll usually have a little bit. Oh, Volvo, the Volvo, the surviving Volvo. Yes, love it. They want us quiet for it.
It doesn't make any noise.
Be very, very quiet. We're hunting Volvos. The Amazon has made it through! Woohoo!
They're followed by somebody there.
The Rollo Volvo.
Rollo Volvo.
Matthew.
That's rough.
That's brutal, man, but I love it.
Names are earned, though, right?
Yes. Oh my. Oop, I gotta zoom out. I believe we're down to just the last couple of cars now. Whew. And it couldn't happen soon enough with how freaking cold we feel.
Whew, just a little chilly, man.
Yes, the Ferrari swapped Subaru is probably the loudest car we've ever, I mean, other than Seamus Burke's car. But
That's 50-50. Although
I think it's the RPM. It just sounds different, but I don't think it's decibel-wise
I
louder.
was gonna say, Sam would build a car to be within the decibel limit.
Yep.
I know that much.
Yep.
Seamus just looks at that and waves. That's cute. What's that in Irish?
I believe
The Sonic.
Yes, the Sonic, I believe, was our last car.
It looks like it. I can
We
see
should
sweeps
see,
down
you
there.
can see sweeps down there, okay. So this is gonna end it for Saturday. Hope you all enjoyed us giving you a little bit of the rally action. Sorry I don't have a whole lot of information on the times right in front of me, but trying to do a stream and look up that stuff at the same time without having two like cell phone plans and things like that, or multiple phones and stuff, little challenging. But hey, we know you guys like to see cars, guys and gals. Sorry.
It's only so
I know
much
you both like this
multitasking
stuff.
we can do at one point in time, guys.
Exactly.
We
Nice to
also
see
like
these
to enjoy it a
these
lot.
folks still out here in the Sonic. I think it's their first rally, or was this? Were they at Olympus?
I couldn't tell you on that front.
Yeah. But we have more and more new competitors coming into rally, and one way I noticed that is like you look at the entry list,
It's 80
and there's like
people.
no speed factor.
Oh, yeah?
Because they haven't done enough, right? So, and there's quite a few of those, which is awesome.
Or
so.
when the entry list fills in like 8 minutes, seemingly.
Thank you, Matt, for watching. Thank you, Ryan. Everybody, have a good night. I've been your host, Mike Shaw.
I'm Austen Knight.
Again, we'll see you tomorrow morning for the Boyd Loop Jump. Take care, everybody.
Later, guys.